Alright, so I just wanted to get this video up because at the time of this recording, I'm actually packing to go work with my dad from Rhode Island because at the time of this recording, it's fall weekend and I've already packed up all the clothes I need. I just need to figure out what else I want to bring. But basically, as I said at the end of the last review, I wanted to take a slight detour before I get to the next and regrettably final season, because it's going to make some kind of sense. But let's just jump into it. The 44-minute special, the My Little Pony Best Gift Ever Holiday Special. Let's begin. So we do essentially get our title as basically we have a narration introduction in the likes of The Grinch. The original How the Grinch Stole Christmas, not the Jim Carrey version. Or the Illumination version.
Every pony was busy, so much to achieve. They hustled and bustled, their heads were a spin, and it's here that our holiday story begins.
And before anybody asks, no, I'm not going to do this whole review in rhyme because I don't have that ability. So, unfortunately, I have to mute this next song because essentially it's basically a montage song where basically the entire town is singing about the preparations of Heartswarming Eve, as well as trying to figure out what to get for everyone's friends and family. Now, for the song as well, honestly, even though this is not technically part of Season 8, this is probably the best song of the season, or rather off-season. But basically, it feels so good because basically, this song basically gives what the whole process of basically Heartswarming Eve is like, with trying to figure out what to get gifts out for basically friends and family. And we do get to see also during this time, and even the opening, of how, you know, some ponies are basically going off for the holidays, like we saw with the Young Six, and we even saw that Trixie and Starlight actually basically going on a Heartswarming Eve together, so that'll be interesting. But I think probably the favorite thing that I like about this song is that outside of a lot of the Easter eggs and references, as we see a lot of return for characters, what I also like the fact is that the entire town is singing in the chorus in regards to this song. And honestly, I think not since Winter Wrap-Up have we gotten someone like that. I mean, I guess technically we can say Magical Mystery Cure, but I think that was more the main six starting out, and then the rest of the town basically come in the last song, like the last few lyrics. But in this song, pretty much every single pony in the background is basically celebrating Heartswarming Eve. I should also mention that during this time, we also see that the apples and the pies are actually getting together, as it seems like that the pies are going over with the apples for the holidays. We see that Sugar Bell's also invited on board, and we see that Marble Pie is kind of upset about this. And I think I mentioned this back in that Season 6 episode, but it's kind of a bit ewy, but I'm not going to get into that because it's kind of like glanced over. Like I said, the overall song is catchy, and it does give a lot of nice Easter eggs, and basically kind of what every single pony is doing for Heartswarming Eve, as basically it all boils ahead to, and essentially Spike accidentally wrapping up Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity while trying to chase after Twilight, as the actual plot of the special begins.
Do we want to know why you're wrapping up every pony in town? Not wrap paper, but to-do list. 2 of these, 3 of those, maybe 10 of those, just in case. Twilight, darling, are you all right? Sure, just grabbing a few things. Do I need this? No, that's silly. I need 8! Hey, y'all, what's every pony? Traditional holiday meltdown?
I think it's pretty much the reaction that we get when we have to, like, frantically get our family and friends basically gifts for the holidays. Now, I really do like this following scene because it kind of goes to show how far the main six had come when dealing with Twilight's freakout, given how back in Lesson 0 it got blown out of proportions and they weren't able to handle on it. But this is what Applejack does when she talks to Twilight and actually tries to calm her down.
Hey, Twilight, how's your day? I got way behind grading midterms, and Kate and the Shining Armor are coming here with Flurry Heart for Heartswarming Eve, and I haven't started decorating, and I don't know what to get any of you. Stop. Take a breath. Let it out slow.
really do like this scene because it basically shows how the main six have come a long way since Lesson 0 and how they're able to handle Twilight's panic freak-out moments and how they're able to get her to calm her down like that. So essentially, every pony doesn't really sure or know what to do. So Applejack comes up with a suggestion that basically everybody has some kind of secret Santa gift where pretty much every pony has to get only one gift for one specific person.
When will the gift exchange occur? How about Twilight Castle tomorrow night? Heartwarming Eve.
That's perfect. Pinky and I can spend the evening with y'all, and the next morning with our families.
And thanks to all of you, I should be ready to celebrate by then. Oh, this is so exciting.
Oh yeah, one of the things I ended up skipping over is that Spike wants to ask Applejack this.
Is it against the rules to trade names? Like if I had a better idea for some pony special? I mean, specific? If you can figure out who has the pony you want, and they're okay with trading, I guess it's fine. Great! So, who do you... I don't have rarity.
What? That's not who I...
Yeah, so they still want to do the Spike falling in love with Rarity thing, and honestly, I would have thought that after Secret of My Excess, I would have thought they would have gone past it. Because we're basically now in the special with 8 seasons, and they're still doing this. Especially given how Rarity and Spike already had the conversation, I would have thought that they would have gone past it by now. So anyways, we cut back to Twilight, who essentially is basically freaking out because she hasn't really set up the holidays yet as she tries to get everything together. And while Spike basically asks the question...
Getting the castle ready for my family first. Then I'll shop.
Maybe something sparkly?
Fashionable? No. Those aren't really the kind of things my pony likes.
Oh. Well, gotta go. Wish me luck.
With shopping?
Well, yeah. If every pony's only getting one gift, we have a ton of responsibility to make sure it's extra special good.
So because of that, we also find out through the secret, basically, exchanges, we first find out that Twilight actually has Pinky, and like before, she starts to freak out about it.
I didn't think of it that way. The present I get for Pinkie Pie should make her break her holidays. I can't just go shopping and hope to find something nice. This needs forethought, planning, and research. I'll decorate later. Knowing Pinky, she probably already has a perfect idea what to get her pony.
And then we cut to Pinky with the rest of the Pie Sisters, who has absolutely no idea what to get.
I have no idea what to get my pony!
There's a pile of presents right there. Pick one and you're done.
Those were for when I was getting all of my friends matching harming heartwarming hats. That was just Twilight.
Yeah, so Pinky's secret Santa gift is for Twilight, and because obviously Pinky had every intention to give gifts to every pony, she can't really do that now and has to think of something for just Twilight.
I can't give one pony a matching present with nothing to match it. I need something special for only her.
I've got it.
I don't think Twilight likes rocks as much as you do, Maud.
Don't rock it till you try it.
And we have a cute little marble giggle.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Gummy. But this is the biggest holiday challenge I've ever faced. This one's for you. Hey, this is the biggest holiday challenge I've ever faced! How exciting is that? Am I up for the challenge? I know I'm good at gift giving. Am I the best at gift giving?
Who would say they're the best at gift giving? That's ridiculous.
Marble, you're a genius! Yes, would say they're the best at gift giving.
Okay, so basically then Pinky decides to go to Yak-Yakistan to figure it out, as we see then cut to Rarity talking with Spike.
For her present, there's a brilliant designer in Manhattan, Fedora Felt, who makes the most marvelous hats.
And we also find out through this talk that Rarity's secret Santa gifter is Applejack and wants to give her a nice hat.
Something for my pony as special as you are. She is.
Like I said, I wish that they would have just gone past it since I thought that this would have been like done and over with. Now that we're 8 seasons in and soon to be 9, you would think we'd be finally past this whole thing. So we then basically cut to Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy as she tries to talk to her to figure out what Fluttershy wants.
Right.
really like?
I really, really like everything. Why do you ask?
Just getting gift ideas for my pony. Who is it, you?
And we know through this talk, and especially when we're going to find out later, that Rainbow Dash's secret pony is basically Fluttershy. And of course, Fluttershy has to make it difficult because she doesn't really have much of an answer.
Is there anything you don't like?
Not liking things. I hope that helps.
Yeah, it didn't really help all that much.
She loves shiny.
So Spike eventually finds out that Fluttershy has basically Rarity, and then we find out that Spike has Rainbow Dash, and then Spike makes the trade, and then we know why she wants to do it, and when Fluttershy tries to do it, it's Applejack, she's like...
Two? What? No, I just need help figuring out what to get Spike.
Phew.
Yeah, and we also find out... We then cut to Rainbow Dash, who tries to take an easy way out with the candle, but Discord basically shows up, says, yeah, Rainbow Dash a bit of advice when it comes to gift giving with Fluttershy.
A candle is what you buy when you have no idea what to get some pony.
What do you want, Discord?
Fluttershy told me about this heart, whatever it's called. I may not be invited, but I wanted to make sure she gets a quality gift.
I tried asking her what she likes, but she likes everything.
Well, she said that, but her real friends know what she actually likes.
And believe it or not, this is actually one of the few instances when Discord isn't being a dick. I guess they probably learned their lesson from a matter of principles. And speaking of Discord, it kind of makes you wonder what happened to him during the school race two-parter, but I guess with magic being drained of Equestria, he probably didn't have anywhere to go.
I've known her a lot longer than you have.
Then you must surely know that lit candles around adorably flammable animals make her nervous, don't you?
And you gotta admit, Discord definitely has like a lot of good points, considering that he really knows Fluttershy just as much as Rainbow Dash, so it really kind of knows like a lot of key details. So while Discord continues to egg on Rainbow Dash, we then cut to Spike, who's basically glorifying the fact that he now has to get a gift for Rarity, but then comes to a horrible realization.
Geez. I have no idea what to get her!
Yeah, basically when you have to get a gift for someone you really like and you have no idea what to get her. So Fluttershy and Rainbow and Applejack go to, believe it or not, Rainbow Falls.
When we cross there every year, they have perfect presents for any pony.
Hopefully any dragon, too. Want to split up? Meet back here in an hour?
Sure.
So then Fluttershy basically hears and actually plans on actually getting a Daring Do book. It looks like the Ring of Destiny. I don't know why she wanted another copy, but a familiar voice basically does.
Oh, no! There's only a few left!
Ladies and gentlefolks, we want you all to have the best holiday your bits can buy. But there are only a limited number left.
Limited number of what?
Why, you don't know about Holly the Heartwarmer?
You seem like some pony looking for a gift for a very special friend.
I am.
A friend who wouldn't want to miss out on the must-have gift every pony is talking about?
Oh, dear Lord. Alright, if you haven't guessed it yet, basically we, the audience, know it's basically it's basically Flim and Flam yet again, and we see Fluttershy get manipulated into buying one of their products, and easily buys them hook, line, and sinker. Fluttershy, you've met the Flim and Flam brothers in Viva Las Pegasus. You've met them in Super Speedy Sire Squeezy 6000. You would think that you would know your stick by now with the amount of growth that you've done in the last seasons. So did you just wake up at Heartwarming Eve and take your stupid pills this morning? We'll get more into that, but let's keep going. As we then cut to Yakistan, where Pinky basically talks to Prince Brotherfoot to get his advice.
Silly. Nobody knows nine and yes.
Oh, Prince Brotherfoot doing Pink Pony on a log. Yeah, that's not guessing.
Yes, that's in everything. That's why I'm here. Sorry to interrupt Snildar fast, but I need help. Can you tell me
Clifford actually goes full-on secret and basically pulls her inside his cottage and reveals something secret.
About to tell honorary yacht friend something very top secret.
Honorary yacht friend listening.
Yacht's best at all things, except one. Yacht's not best at giving gifts.
What?
I know, it's hard to believe.
How am I gonna figure out how to get Twilight the best heartwarming gift ever?
Oh, don't worry, honorary yacht. Prince Rutherford keeps secret map in perfectly organized files.
Apparently the secret organized file is just in the garbage. But yeah, it turns out the Yaks aren't really good with getting gifts for any creature, and so he basically gives Pinky a secret map.
Best gift givers up Northern Pass, where sky shimmers and glows. Their secret gift giver grow. Only Yak Princess and Pink Honorary Yak know.
My lips are sealed.
So while Pinky basically goes off...
Oh my God! Secret quest to the gift givers!
really like that. So we then basically cut to Rarity, who basically has to pick up the gift for Applejack, but there's a bit of a difficulty when Derpy Hooves is in charge.
I was wondering where that might be. Oh, okay. Rarity? Oh? Your package was delivered to Sweet Apple Acres. What? It was supposed to be delivered to Rarity's boutique. But now the package was for Applejack, and she is at Sweet Apple Acres. Yes, it's for Applejack, but I will be delivering it. That's my job. It's a gift for Applejack from me. What if she opens it? It shouldn't go to Sweet Apple Acres.
Why do I get the feeling like this is like what talking to the people at the DMV are like?
Oh, wait. It went to Sweet Acorn Orchard instead.
So while Rarity goes off on a wild goose chase to basically a new place that we never heard of, Sweet Acorn Acres, we go through a montage of seeing Spike trying to find something to get to Rarity, but because a lot of it is shiny stuff, he has no idea what to get her. Rainbow Dash, with Discord basically following her around, she tries to find something, but because Fluttershy is, well, something Discord knows very well, he basically constantly chastises Rainbow Dash to try to get her something perfect.
Oh, come on. Fluttershy would love a buddy.
Really? Love the stress of deciding which treatment to get, without worrying that she's not relaxing enough or relaxing too much. And what about all the sweet animals she's left alone? So much to worry about, and all because of you.
Is it wrong for me to say that Discord actually has a point, and considering the fact of what we saw of her in 28 Pranks Later, which, not 28 Pranks Later, the Scaremaster, which even though I liked the episode, it did get a bit annoying. So Discord and Rainbow Dash then basically get into a tip about it, but then Discord basically pulls some cunning words to get Rainbow Dash's attention.
Sanctuary. But you have to be the fastest pony in Equestria to even have a chance.
Whoa. You're talking to the fastest pony in Equestria. If there's some fast animal out there Fluttershy would love, I'm the one who can get it.
Oh, I just don't know.
I'm calling it dibs.
If you insist.
Alright, so then we cut to Twilight, who basically tries to figure out what Pinky's gift is and what to get her is something food-related, and basically it's the one wormy thing that everybody remembers about this special, and Twilight comes up with a dessert to make for Pinky.
Cookies, ice, pastry, pudding. Wait, pudding.
That's pretty much the one thing I think everybody remembers about this special. Just Tara Strong's inflection of saying pudding, and the way we see the animation on Twilight's face just goes so goofy about it. It's pretty much the one thing everybody remembers about this special. So Twilight is able to basically get a legend of how the pony was formed from Chancellor Puddinghead, but then finds out that the ingredient is not in there.
Where's the recipe?
We then cut back to Rainbow Falls, where we see that Fluttershy basically gets its con for basically this pig doll, and Applejack points out that this doll is not exactly short supply.
Well, how much did that set you back?
All my bits. All my bits. Can I borrow some for the train ride home?
Something about this here doll seems fishy. And I ain't just talking about the smell of that plastic. Where'd you get it?
So while that's going on,
What are those?
So while that pretty much happened, and pretty much Fluttershy and Applejack discover pretty much what the audience already knew after like the first 10 minutes, basically Fluttershy now looks like a bigger idiot than she was before. But we then after the commercial break, we cut to Rarity as we go to a new location called Sweet Acorn Acres to basically try to get the gift, as Rarity meets some relatively nice ponies.
Is this Sweet Acorn Orchard?
It is, but we've never had no pony like you visit before.
Rarity, pleasure. I'm actually here about a package that was recently delivered.
Oh, that was from you?
Oh, so it did arrive. If I could just don't know how to thank you. Thanks me?
I was just saying to Butternut, I wish we knew who our heartwarming miracle was.
Oaknut, and I couldn't believe it when we opened it. Pistachio said right away whoever sent it just got him.
Says when he put it on, he could feel his destiny.
Yeah, so apparently the son of this family actually got the hat and actually is a huge buff in fashion.
Except when it's art. Thank you, Rarity. Rarity? See? Rarity? Mm-hmm. You have to stay for lunch. I won't take no for an answer.
So they seem like relatively nice ponies, so it kind of makes you wonder about that. But then we cut back to Twilight, who does eventually find the recipe and pretty much says, well, what we already knew, but let her explain it how she was able to find it.
For Chancellor Puddinghead's magical pudding was filed under magical spells, not recipes. Only took 4 hours to figure that out. Let's see. Nutmeg, sugar plums, gingerbread, candy canes. Warning. To avoid untold culinary devastation, each ingredient must be measured with exact care. Look, have you met me?
Yes, we've met her for about 8 seasons, and we know she's able to do something like that. But then we also know it's going to lead to a disaster. But things things get more difficult for Twilight when Cadence and Shining Armor show up with Flurry Heart.
But you're early. Your scroll said you were coming tomorrow.
The scroll we sent yesterday?
Yesterday. Right. Welcome! What are you doing?
Decorations not up, frazzled mane, determined look. I've seen this before. What are you obsessing about this time, Twilight?
Nothing!
So, decorations aren't up because...
I thought it would be more fun if we all decorated it together.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. We could start decorating right away.
After I finish one quick errand. Just a few ingredients, nothing to obsess about here. Make yourself at home. Be right back, promise!
She's definitely freaking out about something.
Oh, yeah.
I really like how Shining Armor and Cadence just get Twilight. Like, she knows that she's freaking out but doesn't want to tell her, but they pretty much know. Also, I gotta admit, Flurry Heart looks adorable in her basically freakishly enjoyable light blue star jacket. So then we cut to Pinkie Pie, who after trudging through the snow, actually comes across basically a new race.
What's in there? It took you long enough. Are you sure you were expecting me? My name's Pinkie Pie, I know. Because I know everything.
Oh, don't be silly. You only know what's already happened, but you don't know what she's about to ask.
What am I about to ask?
How do you know I was gonna say that? Will you two stop showing off? She doesn't have all heartwarming.
So yeah, this special actually reveals a new race that we haven't seen before in these 3 reindeer, as they pretty much give the explanation of who exactly they are.
Are you reindeer? Aurora.
Tori.
Alice. The gift givers of the grove.
The gift givers of the grove, 3 magical reindeer that are kind of like Heartwarming's past, present, and future, especially given how they talk. Like, just listen.
About those matching hats. They were so cute. Well, that was...
Before, she had to get just one gift for Twilight. Try to keep up, Aurora.
I'm gonna get that box Pinkie's gonna say she likes.
Aurora remembers gifts that have already happened. Alice knows the gifts that are going to happen. just stay in the moment and keep the two of them in line.
Yeah, so the way that these three reindeer interact off each other when it comes to getting gifts is that one of them essentially basically talks about the gifts that basically had already happened and what was already given. And one of them actually tries to find about the gifts that are going to happen and what they need to give. And one of them tries to keep the other two in line just so they can basically keep everything in present. The time frame, not the gift type of present. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of intrigue that the special gives, especially seeing this new type of race and how these gift givers of the Grove work.
I believe we have a request for a gift.
The best gift is more precious than gold, but it cannot be sold.
When it breaks, it's not ended, for quickly it's mended.
It can never be bought, yet is easily sought. Ah, here we go.
So yeah.
Ooh, I like that box.
Told ya.
The perfect gift! Wow! I don't get it. You will.
I really just like that foreshadowing. So then we basically cut over to Winsome Falls, as I'm assuming there was a lot of refunds, and Applejack basically lets them know that, like, hey, listen, we know who you are, dickweed, so drop the act.
Him? Oh, you.
What are y'all doing with these dolls and that ridiculous getup? Don't you have a resort to run?
It's off season. Besides, we're planning an expansion.
So the reason that you guys are planning this expansion now is because Twilight, Star Swirl, and Rarity screwed you the last time that they tried to do the expansion. I mean, I give you A for persistence, but what exactly are you doing with these things?
And expansions cost this.
Flim and Flam's Froyo Flume Ride.
That sounds fun.
It ain't no excuse for selling cheap dolls to ponies.
We're just giving ponies what they want.
Shopping for the perfect gift is stressful.
Oh, that's true.
You want to get something that really stands out.
I do.
Listen, I get that Fluttershy is nice, but given how it ain't easy being a Breezy, she realized when she had to put her hook down when the Breezies were manipulating her. This feels like the same thing yet again, especially when the Flim Flam brothers try to con her into another doll, and then Applejack has to remind her of this.
The more you spend, the more your friend knows you love them.
I really like that.
Oh, right. They really are good at selling things.
And you've known them, so why the hell are you buying into their crap? Well, unfortunately, the reality of the situation is that, unfortunately, as sad and annoying as this is, unfortunately, they can't stop other ponies from buying them to do this, and it is part of their business. So as much as it is annoying for me to say this, it's not like the Flim Flam brothers are doing any illegal things, especially given how, unlike what they did with Twilight and Friendship University, it's not like they're blackmailing Applejack and Fluttershy. So unfortunately, this exception, they basically realize that they can't basically guilt trip them and basically let them know that they're scamming people. So while Applejack and Fluttershy come up with a plan, we see that Discord and Rainbow Dash continue on the hunt for the secret gift they want to get to Fluttershy.
Why? To make less noise?
Of course. Move silently. Blend in.
I really like the G.I. Joe references. I mean, I haven't really watched G.I. Joe in a long time. I've only seen a couple episodes here and there. But I like the reference to basically Snake Eyes and the white ninja from Cobra. I don't really know his name. But essentially, they do end up catching the gift for Fluttershy.
Telling where they... Oh, there's one right there. Now, if you're going to get it, I think the first move is to
Be super fast.
Yeah, for those who are wondering, that basically that special gift that Discord was referring to is another new species called the Winter Chilla. Basically, it's this tiny, cute, little, fluffy mouse thing. We then cut to Spike trying to make the gift for Rarity, and ultimately we then cut back to the Flim Flam brothers as Applejack and Fluttershy put on an acting that's so convincing that I think Tommy Wiseau would hire them on to their sequel, The Room, but eventually they But through simple deduction and logic, they give the explanation as to why getting these dolls doesn't make sense.
They are all so different. How can the same doll be the right gift for all of them?
Oh, well, that might be strange. But Fluttershy, this is the must-have gift of the season.
Just because it's must-have for one pony doesn't mean it's must-have for every pony.
They betrayed me, they didn't keep their promise, they don't trust me, and I don't care anymore.
Does it?
That's true. I guess I need to put more thought into getting the right gift for each pony. Can I return these?
Everybody betrayed me. I'm fed up with this world.
No refunds!
But essentially, the jig is essentially up. And what's that?
Oh, you want them? I'm gonna go pick out gifts that are just as special as the ponies they're for.
I think I'm gonna do some more shopping too.
Now hang on a moment. Wait, come back, and we'll give you a great deal. Buy one, get one free.
Sweet sounds of the sea.
Okay, I didn't know what that was about, but I think that's probably a good time to put my phone down. But yeah, basically it's just nice to know that Flim and Flam get caught up yet again. So then we cut back to Rarity, who has to leave and basically decides to...
Rarity! I love my parents, but they don't understand that we just had lunch with one of the most famous ponies in Equestria.
Oh, I don't know about most famous.
I know you didn't send a fedora felt original to some no pony you've never met from nowhere Equestria. I'm sure this is actually for some pony special, so if you want it back, I get it.
The hat is indeed for some ponies very special. And I couldn't bear to see him part of it.
Oh, thanks, Celestia, because I did not want to give this up.
But if I hear you call yourself a no pony again, you shan't be my guest for Fashion Week in Manhattan.
So yeah, this is another scene I really like, and what this special demonstrates is to show how far each of the main six has come. Seeing Rarity's generosity be put to the test and given back to a pony that we haven't seen before, from a place that seems like it's in the middle of nowhere, having all these big dreams and aspirations, and Rarity giving off that generosity, it really goes to show how far Rarity has come since Season 1. So then, basically, after we see Flim and Flam get run out of Rainbow Falls, Fluttershy and Applejack realize that they don't really have any specific gifts, and we cut back to Twilight, who is making basically the special gift for Pinkie, but Cadence and Shining Armor are basically wondering what's going on here.
Away from the Crystal Empire for some quality family time?
Okay, I did get a little stressed about hearth forming this year.
What? You never.
So my friends decided we should do a hearth-forming helper and give one pony a present to save time.
And while Twilight is explaining this, Flurry is trying to make the dessert that she has no idea how to make, but she's a baby, and I'll let it pass.
Let me guess. You got super worried about making sure the present was perfect and went all Twilight Annas, didn't you?
I really like how Shining Armor says Twilight Nanas. It just cracked me up.
I wasn't Twilight Nanas. Okay, fine, a little Twilight Nanas.
And I really like how Twilight is basically aware about all this. Instead of trying to continuously hide the entire thing, she's able to come up front with it after Shining Armor and Cadence basically addressed it twice. So I really like how they're not dragging the whole thing out and they kind of get more straight to the point with it.
Twilight, we know you get overwhelmed. You should have just told us. We could have helped.
The good news is, Pinkie's present is almost done. And it's just friends and family and a calm, quiet, hearth-warming eve.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really calm, and especially we then find out something very special, as after Discord it continues stalling, it then becomes night, and the winter chill, kind of freaks out.
What is it doing?
Forget to mention that the winter chiller transforms into a winter zilla when the sun sets.
basically like a gremlin, except you don't feed it after midnight. Yeah. So basically the rest of the main six, minus Rainbow Dash and Discord, return to Twilight's castle and see Spike come out with basically string, glitter, and purple stuff all over him.
I fell asleep. On some ponies present.
Run! The pudding is coming!
Okay, even though it's supposed to be a serious moment, the way I just like the way Twilight is putting it, just somehow just cracks me up. But yeah, apparently because what we saw with Flurry Heart, the pudding essentially becomes out of control, and then Discord and Rainbow Dash show up with the Winter Zilla crashing into the castle. Oh, that's a cheery way to be a part of the holidays.
What is that? Magic pudding! What is that? A Winter Zilla! It turned into Winter Zillas after dark! Does every pony know this except me?
Apparently so. But apparently we see that the Winter Zilla, because Spike is basically covered up in glitter and basically purple stuff, he's basically kind of the eye, the details for him.
You like this?
And using that, Twilight uses that to her advantage, and basically using Spike as bait.
Is this honestly the best plan we can come up with?
Did you do something?
I did. This is Fluttershy's gift.
What? Please!
I've got
And I really like this scene where we actually just see Cadence and Shining Armor interact off each other. It's been kind of a while since we've seen that, but basically after Cadence basically rescues Rarity from the evil pudding, we then see Shining Armor, well, not only basically tell Flurry Heart how amazing her mom is, but then Shining Armor then goes full-blown Indiana Jones.
You're not so bad yourself.
This is why these two are so adorable. But essentially, the Winter Zilla eventually starts to eat Twilight's decorations and has no interest in
That's
Spike.
not gonna change me anymore! How are we gonna get rid of this thing?
Oh, for Scorpion's sake. Hello? If only one of you had a way with animals?
I really like how they just come up with this really stupid question and Discord basically has to give the obvious answer and give gigantic blinking lights to point out who can talk to them. So at first it doesn't go well, but then thankfully I take back everything I say about Fluttershy in this special, because basically she then grows some cojones, gets her angry eyes out, and then tells off the Winter Zilla.
This is supposed to be the happiest time of year. So if this is how you plan on behaving, you could launch yourself right back to where you came from.
Jeez. If she was able to do that to the Flim Flam brothers, and the stupidity of her with them wouldn't be much of a problem. But it turns out that the Winter Zilla is actually very emotional, and they're able to calm her down. But essentially, with the giant pudding, Twilight basically tells Pinky about it.
Chancellor Pudding has the recipe. Now that's an impressive dessert. It's your heart-warming present. Really? So thoughtful.
But eventually we find out basically Pinky then thinks about it and goes back to the gift that she got from the gift giver.
I don't get it. You will.
I love it when that foreshadowing comes to fruition as Pinky then jumps into the pudding with her gift that she got from the gift givers, and from what we see, it looks like cinnamon, I want to say some gumdrops, a ginger cookie, and I guess cinnamon powder, and candy canes. And because of this causes the pudding to actually be, well, regular pudding. So then basically after everything is calmed down a bit, and from basically all the craziness, everybody basically confesses of what basically went down with their heartwarming eve.
With no pudding disaster, my gift with the exact ingredients wouldn't have made any sense. This way, it was perfect. Oh.
At least Twilight has something to show for her effort. I ordered you a fabulous farm hat, Applejack. Alas, it decided it belonged to some pony else. Pop said sometimes the hat chooses the pony when he gave you this. Hopefully my gift inspired whoever's wearing it to be the best farmer ever.
Something like that. We're really sorry about your gift.
distracted with Flim and Flam shenanigans.
Again. And I really like how after basically seeing, well, this thing.
Virtualism is the greatest gift of all.
Yeah, because of course the Flim Flam Brothers does this. And I really like how Discord is like so not a fan of it that he just evaporates the gift. Like, yeah, even I am not putting up with this.
They're better than my gifts.
Sorry about the Winterzilla.
Oh, he's a big sweetheart, and he ended up being really helpful.
Yeah, even for a giant, basically killer gremlin type of thing, it seems pretty friendly, and I gotta admit, even adorable.
He was actually kind of nice to be the pony who saved the day for once.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting when you think about it, because with Fluttershy stepping in on the Winterzilla, it's kind of amazing that it was actually Fluttershy that actually kind of stepped in to save the day, believe it or not. It's actually kind of interesting to note. Oh my god, don't... Alright, I don't know what's been going on with my computer lately, but honestly, I think this is kind of a good place to end it off, because basically, the rest of the ending for the special is actually another song, so I'm actually kind of glad that I'm not actually going to go forward with it. But basically what happens is that Spike essentially gives out his gift to Rarity, which is essentially another song, and basically gives out a lot of the joys and holidays of Heartswarming Eve. And then Twilight recounts the riddle that basically the gift givers give, and basically what it is, it's essentially a riddle, and that the secret to gift giving is essentially friendship. And the rest of the main six basically join in, where we get a montage of all the different ponies and really all the other creatures celebrating Heartswarming Eve, except for the Flim Flam Brothers, because they're scumbags. Thanks. But essentially from one of the screenshots that we see, we actually see Twilight and Starlight and Trixie actually enjoying their heartwarming traveling. So it's nice to know that they basically learned their lesson from On the Road to Friendship. We see the changelings basically enjoy the holidays, along with the yaks and Yagistan, and basically enjoying Snail Dart Fest. And we also see the apples and the pies actually enjoying each other's company, as well as a lot of other things going on. And at the end, the special ends with the gift givers, basically a special kind of gift. I know I kind of breezed by the whole thing, but it just seems like that my laptop is giving me a hard time for some stupid reason, and I don't know why. But essentially, that was the best gift if ever holiday special, and this was a pretty great special. After the long string of awfulness from basically the frickin' Season 8 and all of its terribleness through the majority of this season, this was a relatively good episode. Well, relatively, for a special, it's very good. I really like the fact that basically this special honestly kind of feels like a return to form. It's basically a simple story with a lot of different stories going on, but the general overarching story is basically trying to find the best gift for ponies that you really do care about. And I think all the stories are a bit interesting, and it's all fun to see, not only seeing new creatures of the gift givers, but also seeing new locations and how the main six have been inspiring ponies. I think really the only things that have really been kind of annoying is really just the Flim Flam Brothers scandal situation with the dolls, and how Fluttershy was able to buy into their bullshit hook, line, and sinker. It's probably one of the only things about the special that holds it back, but every other story was very engaging, and there was just a lot of funny moments that just made me laugh out loud. And like I said, I just feel with a lot of the jokes in the episode, it feels like it's like a return to form with the show. And that's what I really like about it. And there's really not a whole lot of negatives you can really say. It's just a simple, feel-good holiday special that I really think that you would enjoy. Honestly, this feels like a breath of fresh air after the long string of really annoying and awful episodes of Season 8. So the special definitely feels like a return to form, and I really do appreciate it. So, honestly, with a lot of the world building and just all the goodness of the holidays, I think the Heartwarming special, I think is a solid A. I think if I were to qualify this for Season 8, I'd say this would probably be one of my favorite episodes. Since I pretty much gave it away... So pretty much since I gave it away, so there's not really a whole much left I can say, but like I said, So overall, the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Best Ever Gift gets a very solid A. Because there's just a lot of things I enjoy about this episode with a lot of the Easter eggs, and it just feels good for the holidays. Alright, so now that I went off on that little detour, unfortunately now I regret to say that now we're officially entering the home stretch of the show. Because as sad as it is, all good things must come to an end. So next time, we are going to be kicking off the final season of Friendship is Magic. So we're going to be kicking off the final episode, the final season, with the Season 9 premiere, fittingly enough, the beginning of the end. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.